Hey, I'm Meghann Scully and this is the Limerick Post Show. I'm joined now by Helen O'Donnell of Team Limerick Cleanup, and all I can say first of all is these cups are incredible. I'm using mine every single day, and you know what? They're e-coffee cups as well, so they're good for the environment, which is the main reason behind all this.
And I'm delighted you love it, and everybody can have one if they apply or join the competition on Team Limerick Cleanup. Go on the site and you can actually register and you might win a cup. I know lots of people have.
Yeah, and you know what, the one thing I love about these, because I'm very particular about my cup, is that they're actually very nice to drink out of. And that's the thing, a lot of times when people get these cups is they don't like the kind of sensation or the kind of, I suppose, what they're made of. But these are lovely and actually feel nice to drink out of, if that's a normal thing to say.
A lot of research went into these because we had cups a couple of years ago. They were too tall, people didn't like the taste, they're too plasticky. These are really good and they're environmentally excellent. Also good from the point of view of the coffee shop because it fits underneath and you can make good coffee, any type of coffee into it.
It's absolutely incredible. Now, Helen, one of the most amazing things that you've done for this city is, of course, setting up and founding Team Limerick Cleanup, which is just amazing. I mean, thousands of people that could take to the streets of city and county to clean up rubbish that other people just simply throw away.
I know, it's incredible. If we thought the day we sat down in the cafe actually and dreamt this up, that there would be 21,000 plus out last Good Friday. It's extraordinary. We are now, I believe, the largest in Europe, largest single clean-up in Europe. And I'd say we'd be challenged in the world because nowhere else has achieved this. It's the county and city of Limerick, it's community, and it's really, really special day.
It's absolutely incredible. Now, something else that's going on that, you know, we really want the people of Limerick to get behind is Plastic Free July. It's become a huge problem worldwide. So much plastic being thrown away, just been used like aimlessly, not really needed at all. So we're kind of asking people now to get more conscious and stop using plastic.
Yeah, I think it's a fantastic initiative and it's just about people thinking. You know, if you see vegetables in a shop, take the ones that don't have plastic on them. If you see fruit in a shop, take the ones in a cardboard box or, you know, non-plastic. Because that plastic is one use only, and it's going into the environment. And it's, you know, going in to make a huge challenge for the environment. It has to go somewhere. And it's not recycled properly. People aren't putting it in the right bins, aren't segregating stuff properly. And I think, you know, keep it simple because people get a bit confused when you go into, you know, the segregation and wash. Keep it simple. Try and do something. If everybody tried to do something. Here in my workspace, we've tried to reduce cling film significantly. So instead of wrapping food in cling film, we put in boxes with lids. It takes a bit of change the mindset, but that type of thing is good. We also have Conscious Cup, so if you bring your cup in, you'll get a discount on the coffee.
Brilliant.
It's because obviously we don't have to wash your cup, and we also are happy that you're not using a single-use cup. While you know, biodegradable cups are great, they'll end up in perhaps a bin of mixed rubbish and they'll end up in landfill. And this is the problem, I suppose, in the city. This is a big challenge that we must have compostable bins available for people. Because if I'm investing in compostable product, you want to be able to put it somewhere, and you can't, you know, take it in your bag if it's food soiled, or, you know, you don't want to bring it into an office if there's a fishy smell of it. So we must have compostable bins and carry the process through. But I think the Plastic Free July is brilliant. Kids are incredible. I've been to a few schools with green flags and they're absolutely extraordinary, and I think they're teaching their parents. It's just to get the message through to everybody. It's one world, one globe, and we must mind it, and we want it there for the future generations. And there are no excuses for this. With the amount of waste and the amount of plastic we use, it's quite extraordinary. Also, a lot of supermarkets are now giving you a facility where you can take off your packaging and bring your product home. I don't know if we do have some shops there where you can buy scoops of cereals.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
And I know the co-op shop do that. But you know, to encourage people to stop using plastic bottles.
Yes.
You know, if you must use, buy a glass bottle and put into glass recycling. That's what I do if I'm stuck now. I have to go into a garage. I buy a glass bottle. It's heavier, but you know, you're doing something for the environment, and the cost is the same. Just put into recycle.
And I think as well, water tastes so much better out of glass because I feel like it's more natural. But one thing I found is like the cups were something that I had to get used to, and you said it's about mindset. So for me, I started using these cups and now they've become part of my everyday, so it's kind of training myself. So now I'm trying to move on to other things and making more conscious efforts when I go shopping. So I think that's what the thing is for, it's about re-educating the adults, like ourselves, it's re-educating ourselves. And I think if everyone just does one thing, like start with a coffee cup, get a nice one like this TLC one, and start using this every day, and then when you get used to having this and bring it with you every day, then challenge yourself to something else, some plastic or fruit, as you said, or veg, or water bottles. that's a huge thing that we need to work on.
Water bottles is huge, and so many of those end up in the ditch, they end up in the river, they end up out in the ocean. And you've seen there will be more plastic in the ocean than fish in 10 years' time if we don't stop.
Scary.
It's absolutely scary, and I don't know how long that'll take to biodegrade. You know, you've seen the programs where whales and fish and dolphins have died, or been very ill because they've ingested so much plastic. So I think a small message: stop using plastic bottles. Consider when you shop that you buy single items, unpacked, and you have less food waste as well, because food waste is another part of this thing. You're getting 5 parsnips in a packet. You actually only need 2.
Who eats 5 parsnips anyways?
The delicious roast. So if you think how you're going to cook and what you're cooking for the week, how much food do people waste by buying something in a packet and leaving it at the bottom of the fridge, and it's biodegrading there, just and then you have the big issue for me is somewhere to put the compostable stuff in the city when you finish it, because people are really conscious of it, like you. More and more people are using their cups, but on the day you forget it, you might come into us, we'll give you a compostable cup.
Brilliant.
But then if you put that into general rubbish, it's so it's waste for everybody.
So I think the message, Helen, is really for everyone to make little steps first and do little things one by one. And another thing that I have to add that I think is very important, because as someone who comes from the country, is rubbish coming out of car windows. I think if you invest in a small car bin, you can actually get them in quite a few shops, and just start gathering all the rubbish and then recycle it and get rid of it properly instead of throwing it out into the countryside.
You'll feel better for it.
You will.
You'll feel better for it. And I keep saying, the kids are amazing, but kids don't drive cars. So 18-year-olds to whatever, they seem, you drive the countryside, and when the grass is cut, it's covered in litter, usually plastic cups, plastic bottles, and they will not disappear. It's too dangerous a road perhaps for litter pickers to go out on, and it's ruining our countryside. So I think small things, because people get a bit confused if talk about the bigger issue, but if everybody makes 1 or 2 lists of what they could do for their environment, it would be absolutely incredible. And in Limerick we give a lead. We have Team Limerick Clean Up, 21,000 people out, quite extraordinary, and they are all passionate about their communities. They're involved in Tidy Towns, they're involved in Going for Gold, which was launched this week. So there's a huge amount that people want to contribute to their environment, and they're incredibly passionate about it. So we want to encourage them by helping them, and of course you can get yourself cup if you enter the competition. And it's signed by Paul O'Connell, which is unique
Incredibly
as well.
cool. Helen O'Donnell of TLC, thank you so much for chatting to the Limerick Post.
Thank you very much.